After completing a buyout with the Utah Jazz, Russell Westbrook has decided to go back to LA, but this time play for the Clippers, where it is said that he will eventually be the starting point guard for this team. Head coach Tyronn Lue and the Clippers have spoken to Russell Westbrook over the last few days, and they have agreed that he would fit perfectly into a specific role for at least the foreseeable future. In my opinion, this will be a dream scenario and a dream fit for both the Clippers and Russ. In this video, I'll be breaking down why this will help the Clippers move the needle and become an instant contender in the Western Conference. However, before we jump into the video, make sure you guys smash that like button if you think the Clippers are a dark horse to come out of the Western Conference this season. Let's see if we can get this video up to 100 likes. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we drop a video. And one more thing, comment down below, who is the most underrated player on this Clippers team right now? In my opinion, I love the way Terrence Mann has been playing and think he could have been a full-time starter without Russ, but now that Russ is here, I'm not really too sure what Terrence Mann's role is going to be. Maybe just a backup guard with Bones Highland, but I do love the way Terrence Mann has been playing over the last few weeks, especially since they've lost John Wall and Reggie Jackson. I thought he was amazing, and maybe in a couple of years he could be a star player in this league, but he is definitely my opinion on the most underrated player on the Clippers. Let me know who your most underrated player is. Who do you guys think it is? But let's get right into the video. Now, Russell Westbrook has been on a lot of teams over the last few years, including the Wizards, the Rockets, and even the Lakers. And none of these teams were really built for his style of basketball. The roster the Lakers had was awful. I don't have to convince you guys that they had one of the worst rosters I've ever seen, and that was the worst case scenario for us. I can't even begin to understand how their GM thought that LeBron, AD, and Russ were going to work out together. All of these guys were very ball-dominant players who need to be surrounded by shooters. And guess what? They were one of the worst shooting teams in the entire NBA. That roster was not it, and people love to just blame it all on Russell Westbrook, and I hate that. I hate it. This team was so poorly constructed. Nobody around them could shoot the ball. They couldn't spread the floor, allowing teams to kind of just crowd the paint. And we know Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, and AD love to get to the hoop and score the ball and score in the paint. And teams were just so trigger happy to just clog the paint and allow shooters to miss shots, man. That's what they did, and people at this point were just like, you know what, it's Russell Westbrook's fault. He didn't fit well enough. No, it's not Russell Westbrook's fault. It's the GM's fault. The Lakers did make some good moves and now have more shooting capabilities over there with what they did at the deadline. But whenever people blame Russell Westbrook, I get really upset because it's not him, man. I know he's had a tough couple of years, but he is still a good player, and I hate the disrespect he's been getting. When Russell Westbrook was at his best, he was surrounded by shooters and was able to drive and kick all game long. Now over here for the Clippers, they have a much more well-balanced roster and have a ton of guys that can actually stretch the floor. The Clippers currently rank number 7 in the entire NBA in three-point percentage and number 9 in three-pointers made per game. I mean, just look at the guys they have. Norman Powell, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Robert Covington, Marcus Morris, Terrence Mann, Eric Gordon, Nicholas Batum, Bones Highland. All of these guys are shooting a very respectable percentage from behind the arc. And this is one of the big reasons I think Russell is going to fit in perfectly here. The shooting on this team is incredible. He's going to be able to drive, he's going to be able to kick, and he's going to be able to find his open teammates, and they're going to be able to hit some shots. Russ will bring a variety of different things to this Clippers team, including rebounding, hustling, playmaking, and even toughness. I believe Westbrook is sick of everyone underrating him, and almost everyone says he's washed at this point of his career. But in my opinion, I don't believe that at all. He's still a good player, and I think he can still contribute on a championship roster. Obviously, he hasn't won a ring yet, but I think this could be his year. Westbrook is 34 years old and still has enough in the tank to move the needle for this Clippers team. And if he comes in here and turns back the clock just a little bit, just 2 years ago, where he was averaging 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists per game, this Clippers team can be unstoppable if he can just, I'm not saying he needs to do that or even average a triple-double, or he might not even play 30 plus minutes a game a night. But I do think he can come in here and average like 14 to 17 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists for this team, and help lead them with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to a championship. Obviously, guys, this Clippers team is already built for success. With guys like Paul George and Kawhi, and now Russell Westbrook, they got the big names. But they also have so much talent off the bench as well. In my opinion, after the trade deadline in the buyout market period, the Clippers have one of the deepest, if not the deepest, team in the entire NBA. So far this season, the Clippers have one of the best defenses in the league, but on the other end of the ball, they have one of the worst offenses. Currently ranking number 25 in assists per game, number 29 in points in the paint per game, and number 22 in fast break points per game. Guys, when you look at those three categories right there, I'll repeat them for you. They're ranked number 25 in assists per game, number 29 in points in the paint, and number 22 in fast break points per game. When you look at those numbers right there, and when you look at what Russell Westbrook does best, it's pass the ball, it's, drive into the paint, score at the bucket, and then take the ball, get a rebound, and run in transition. That is what Russell Westbrook does best. And we look at the three worst things that the Clippers are doing, it's those three categories. They don't pass the ball enough, they don't get enough assists, they don't score in the paint, and they don't score in transition. This is one thing that Russell Westbrook is going to absolutely improve for this Clippers team. And like I said, they already have a really good defense. They have a top 4 defense in the NBA right now in terms of points allowed per game. And then if you add Russell Westbrook in, and let's say they go from number 25 in assists to 15, or number 29 points in the paint to number 15. If you just, get a little bit better in those categories, you could see one of the most unstoppable teams in the league. If you ask me, Russell Westbrook will come in and be a perfect fit by improving each one of those categories. The Clippers are not only a good team, but on paper, if they put it all together, they will be the most feared team in the entire NBA. Teams will be scared to play them because, like I said, Kawhi, Paul George, Westbrook, you got Zubac, you got Mason Plumlee, Eric Gordon, Bones Highland, Norman Powell, Robert Covington. I mean, this team is absolutely stacked from top to bottom. And if I'm any team in the NBA right now, I would be scared if they get this offense pushing up a little bit more. Obviously, their health is probably the most important thing as well, with Kawhi Leonard missing some games. But if they can stay healthy and improve the things they're bad at, this team is going to be very, very dangerous when it comes to the playoffs. Now, that's all I have for you guys today. That's just what I think that Russell Westbrook is going to add to this team. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about Russell Westbrook coming to the Clippers, and do you think that this team has enough talent to win the NBA championship this season? Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more Clippers videos all year long, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.